Welcome back to Rhode Island Wave. My name is Peyton Perry, and I'm here on this Tuesday night at the Cohasset Inn. Today, I'm so excited to be talking to the Miss Rhode Island Teen USA, Julia Potts. Thank you for joining us, Julia.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Julia Potts is your next Miss Rhode Island Teen USA 2022. All right, Julia, take your first walk. Give it up for Julia.
Thank you so much. So now, just to start, we're going to delve into, of course, your new role as Miss Rhode Island Teen USA and all that goes along with that. But first, I really just want to know who you are. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 18. I just graduated high school. I went to Chero High School. I'm going to URI next year, or I guess not next year, this fall, and I graduate in 2026. I'm studying biology, and I spend most of my time promoting my mental health platform. The strongest thing you can do is ask for help. And alongside that, I'm actually a co-founder of the Maddie Potts Foundation, which was made in honor of my sister who passed away when I was 13.
Yeah, and I think that that's a great tribute. I do want to say I'm sorry about that. I've played soccer my whole life, and I remember back in 2017 hearing about the passing. And actually, this Sunday, though, there was the cutting of the ribbon and the reopening of the Maddie Potts Fieldhouse. Your foundation and your family raised over $900,000. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and that tribute?
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge accomplishment for our family and my community, all of Rhode Island, really, to be able to give back everything that they've done for us. After we lost Maddie, obviously, it was not an easy journey, coping with the grief. I was actually diagnosed with depression and anxiety and have a lot of PTSD from the whole experience. So it was kind of just that final feeling like we had something good came out of Maddie's death, and being able to give all of that back to the community is something that my family has worked for 4 years. So it was just so amazing to finally have that event.
Yeah, I'm sure that must feel so rewarding, and it was so great, seeing how the community came together for it and how much of an impact it still has on everyone. So, that's really amazing and great. Going back a little bit to talk more about your platform currently, it's all about how important mental health is, and, the first step is asking for help. Do you want to hone in a little bit? I know I had read up on that. One of the things you're most proud of is that you worked with students with special need at Chero. Do you want to kind of go back into that period of your life and, talk about how it got you to where you are today with your platform?
Yeah, so a major part of my high school experience was working with the special education department. I became an intern at the beginning of this year, which is a huge accomplishment for me. And I was able to put it on, all my resumes, everything saying that I worked, hours with these students, was able to make a connection with them. So that was huge for me. But the major thing I got out of that was promoting my mental health platform and normalizing mental health issues and disabilities. Your diagnosis doesn't define you, and that's what everybody in that classroom tell me every single day. They come there with a goal and they want to succeed just like we do. And normalizing that for people and opening the conversation about mental health and mental disabilities is truly inspiring, and it's the students that make me want to do that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know that unfortunately you and your family went through that loss. So for you, you might have experienced it, faster in a way, but especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, I think a lot of young adults and of all age ranges, started to suffer more with their mental health, and it is so important to be able to speak up. So I think your platform, even now, more than ever, is, so important and impactful. So that's great.
Thank you.
So now going into, you were recently crowned in May as Miss Rhode Island Teen USA. So how has the experience been so far? What are some of the opportunities that you've been able to do?
Everything I've dreamed of. So definitely a highlight was boot camp. So they call it boot camp, but it's a week of photo shoots, practicing, having, bonding experiences with the New Jersey girls and our directors and everybody, just getting ready for Miss Teen USA and kind of making a simulation of what that pageant week might feel like. So whether it's walking, interview practice, and everything like that, but they treated us to this beautiful yacht through Newport.
Wow.
Like nothing I could ever imagine. The whole experience felt like a dream. I had to pinch myself multiple times. It was crazy. So just those little experiences along the way, although this whole thing is a lot more work than anyone could really ever imagine, those experiences were so cool and something I will never take for granted. I mean, it was so amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, is this the first pageant that you've competed in?
This is actually the second pageant I've competed in. So I competed in a different pageant about a year ago, and it was super off the whim, crazy. I didn't actually want to enter it. My friend was like, just do it, and I actually ended up winning and going to nationals. And
oh, wow.
I really had no guidance whatsoever. It was kind of a free-for-all. So it was crazy. It was nuts. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was almost like taken back by the experience and didn't want to do anything like it ever again because I was so overwhelmed. But seeing all the help you would get through this experience really inspired me to enter this one, and here I am. So
yeah, well, congratulations, especially being your second pageant and making it to nationals the last. You must be a natural.
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. So speaking of that, you talked about some of the more memorable moments. You know, you've had these great experiences. You got to go on a yacht, which is a dream of, you know, a lot of us. What were some of the challenges, if any, that you kind of faced throughout this journey?
Balance. Huge one. Going into college this fall, that's an overwhelming experience as it is, and balancing friends, family, going into college, especially as a bio major, then being Miss Rhode Island Teen USA and getting prepped for nationals. I also have a boyfriend, so managing all of that while having a job too, like, it's all something that you really have to just step back and say, today might not be the day that I can do this, or you have to cancel this. And it's really prioritizing those things, but also balance. Finding time for family, finding time for me to work out. It was definitely a struggle, and I found that sort of, if you're not giving your all in all of those subjects, maybe you need to cut something off, or you need to stop something in order to really put forth all your effort. And that was definitely a big lesson I learned over these past couple months.
Do you feel like you've grown kind of into,
Yeah, 100%. I think my maturity level as far as making sure I'm on time, making sure I'm where I need to be, and talking to who I need to talk to is such a game changer, and definitely prepares me for my future in college and all through life.
Yeah. Because pageantry, I mean, I've never competed in a pageant, but from what I've seen, you know, talking to other people, is a lot of work that I think a lot of people don't really understand. I mean, I know you talked a little bit about boot camp and that experience, but I'm sure, you know, there's other avenues of training you had to go through, the whole process. I mean, I can only imagine, like, the time that it takes and, you know, balancing all the other responsibilities, you know, it must really help you grow, which is great.
Yeah, 100%, especially in like an interview setting, even like this, like, even though this is relaxed and nice and casual, and I feel like, you know, we're just out for coffee or something, you never know if I'm going to get thrown into the meeting of my dream, like, oh, like, you're interviewing for your dream job. Like, it just kind of prepares you for that, like, instant, like, you just have to be ready at all times, and that's the biggest lesson I've learned through that too. Like, you just have to be ready.
Yeah, and I think you're like a step ahead of the game. I mean, you are so young. You're going to be starting at the University of Rhode Island, so those are definitely great lessons to, you know, carry you through that journey, and later to physical assistant school too. So that's awesome. So the Miss Rhode Island Teen USA competition, from my understanding, offers different prize packages for the winners. So can you talk about a little bit about the scholarships you got, or, you know, the different perks, I guess, of being crowned?
Yeah, so they provide wardrobe, which is huge for nationals. You want to look your best, feel your best. So they have this amazing team. You have a stylist. You have a bunch of people helping you pick out your dream gown for nationals, helping, you know, pick out your outfits for appearances. You have all the support you need for that. We have our amazing hair sponsor, Kama Salon, which does our hair and makeup for a whole year for free, which is amazing. We have our photography sponsor, Daniel Gagnon Photos, who does a free photo shoot or two along the year as the year goes, and he does the most amazing photos, most amazing editing. We get a David Yurman ring after we win, a nice crown ring, necklaces, jewelry. It's really amazing. And we get a wardrobe sponsor too. So our wardrobe sponsor this year for Miss Teen USA was Giovanni. So that's our wardrobe sponsor for the whole organization. It's really just amazing what you get.
That's incredible. And you get scholarship too, correct? How much?
So you get that amazing prize package of, you know, the cash scholarships, the initial winning, you know, there's so many different opportunities you can take with all the prize package you get. So, and it's really endless.
All right. So now, kind of to wrap up, if there was a young girl who, you know, is currently thinking about maybe entering her first pageant, or maybe she's entered one but didn't win, and she's thinking about whether or not she should enter with the Miss USA competition again, what advice would you give to her?
Do it. I mean, there's do it. Like, that's all really the advice I can give you. Every single person, whether you come out with a crown or not, learn something if you're open to learning. You're going to meet new friends. You're going to make so many new amazing relationships, and the confidence you get out of this competition is really just insane. It's amazing. I have learned so much about myself, whether I would have taken home the crown or not. Just over those 2 days that I competed, I made so many best friends out of the system, and please, please, please just go on the website and apply because it's such an amazing experience.
Mm-hmm. And what is the website, just to share for those interested?
Yeah. MissRhodeIslandUSA.com. You can go right on, and you'll see it right there. It's apply now, and just do it. Fill out your little application, and you're in.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk with me today. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I've really enjoyed talking with you.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.